And written by Taylor Swift, by the way. Good morning. It's Maverick and Lulu on 92.1 CTQ.
We got a guest in studio with us this morning. You know, this week is First Responders Appreciation Week in the state of Florida. It started this past Monday the 9th, runs through this Friday the 13th. And we were told about something really cool the school district of Manatee County was doing this week for our first responders. So we've invited in the head poobah of the school district of Manatee County, Dr. Greene, to come in studio this morning and discuss this. Dr. Greene, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you for inviting me.
So let's talk a little bit about First Responders Week. You guys at the school district of Manatee County are offering free lunches to our first responders in uniform all week this week. Can never say anything bad about a free lunch. So tell us how we got here.
Well, the Governor Rick Scott sent out a proclamation to all school districts that he was going to recognize this week as First Responders Week. And we tried to think, what could we do for our first responders? By the way, we have first responders in our schools. Our SROs are in all of our secondary schools, and we have 5 SROs that monitor all of our elementary schools.
SROs are school
resource officers. Yes, sir.
Just for those that aren't on the acronym train.
Yes,
make sure.
I know, we're big on acronyms. And so at first we thought, we want to offer free lunch to all of our school resource officers. And then I thought about it, well, first responders are more than law enforcement. They're firefighters, EMTs, emergency medical technicians. And so I emailed our director of food service, Regina Toma, and said, what do you think about if we offer free lunch to all first responders as long as they come in uniform? And she did not hesitate. She said, yes, we'll do it.
That's a great idea. What a thrill for the kids. Kids are in awe, for the most part, of police officers and firefighters and EMTs. Love to see the uniforms and the cars and the vehicles. What a thrill for them.
Absolutely. We received pictures from Myakka Elementary. The whole firefighter shift came over and ate lunch with the students, and they were enamored. Again, it's the uniforms, the things that these men and women are doing that are inspiration to our students, and it's just a little token of appreciation that we could offer to let them know how much we appreciate all that they do for our community.
Let me say this, though. It's more than a token. See, I love, and I'm someone that comes up with ideas like this all the time, and people are like, can we do it? And the fact that you have the idea, and your director of food services like the idea, saying yes sometimes can really be a difference maker. And I think it's more than a token, Dr. Greene. I think, number one, it is nice, and it's a token. But as Lulu said, I think what you could be doing this week is you could be changing the trajectory of children's lives. Someone could come by, a first responder, a paramedic, an EMT, a police officer, a canine officer, whoever it may be, and it could literally change the life of a child and inspire them to do that and really have them focus on what their future career path might be, inspire them to do better in school because they feel like they've got a focus and a goal and a mission. And so I think this is way bigger than just a free lunch. So I commend you and your staff for really going above and beyond because I think it's more than a token.
Well, thank you. We welcome our community members into our schools because I think anyone can inspire a student to be something great in our community and in our country. But our first responders, just their symbolism of what we are as a community. When you see a firefighter in their uniform, it represents someone who's going to keep me safe, or someone, if my house is having a fire issue, is going to come and save me. So yes, I find it as a token because all too often we take them for granted. We just go on with our daily lives, and these individuals, their daily life may involve a life-threatening issue to not only their life, but trying to save someone else's life. And
they are our first call.
Well, it's amazing because this opportunity, not only is it a free lunch in recognition of our first responders, but not only do the kids in all of the schools in Manatee County have an opportunity to sit with them, but they have a chance to talk with them. You know, ask questions in a very relaxed atmosphere. Sometimes firefighters, paramedics, police officers, sheriff's deputies, they may do a program or a presentation, and somebody might be nervous. or be afraid to ask a question. But it's a very relaxed atmosphere when you're sitting down in the lunchroom, cafeteria, wherever the case may be, and you're sitting right next to someone. You can say, "Hey, what's it like?" or "Wow," and I think that is another opportunity here that you're providing that is really incredible.
Wouldn't you love to hear some of those conversations? Because kids come up with some
But
great
we don't want
questions.
any good conversations.
Oh no, I think it
We
would.
don't want any walls. We don't want any barriers.
I'm saying though, I think that kids come up with some really great questions.
Oh, they
you speak to
do.
them, it's like, wow, that was a good question. Let me think about that a second.
They come up with some very interesting questions. It's funny you should say if you could hear. I have actually heard.
Uh-huh.
And one of the most unique questions a little boy asked, I think it was a police officer, we were at an elementary school, and he asked, "Do you go to the restroom with that gun on?" So,
See?
That's great, though.
That's the innocence of a child.
Yes.
And
Right.
the person laughed and said no and explained it to him, and then it led into gun safety.
Yes.
So
Right.
that innocent question led into a conversation with not only that child but all the students who were sitting at that table about gun safety. And so it is an opportunity to see that they are human and interact in a more personal way than sometimes we have presentations and we're kind of sticking to the script.
It's
so
a
to
different
speak.
avenue. We're
Yes.
talking with Dr. Diana Greene. She's the superintendent of the school district of Manatee County. She, with her staff, during First Responders Appreciation Week, which we have here this week in the state of Florida, is offering all of our first responders a free lunch this week. All they have to do is come in uniform, check in at the front office with their ID, and you'll take care of the rest, right?
Absolutely. And I also wanted to add our Manatee Technical College is also offering free lunch. And as you know, they have the culinary arts program there. So you get to
A
try
little fancier
a
lunch.
little fancier lunch at Manatee Technical College. Though we have really great lunches at all of our elementary, middle, and high schools.
This is a great program, and I encourage you, if you are a first responder, if you know or are married to a first responder, let them know about this program. They don't have to pre-register or do anything, Dr. Greene, right? All they have to do is show up at a school. Your lunch windows are typically when? Let's get that out there. I know that could be a little vast.
That's kind of vast. Our lunch windows for high school is typically starting around 10 a.m., a little early.
Well, they start early,
yeah,
though.
they start early. So
We start early, so I can appreciate
Yes.
a 10 a.m.,
Oh, yeah.
10:30 lunch, trust me.
Yes.
So it's like 5
And if-
o'clock.
Yeah.
And the high school kids are getting up 5:30, 6 o'clock, so that's, you know.
absolutely. So, and that's a topic for another day
Yes,
about
yes,
school
yes.
start times. But about 10, I would use the window from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Okay.
depending on whether you're going to a high school, middle school, or elementary school.
Okay. I mean, this is just a great idea. I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing about this that isn't fantastic in terms of a nice gesture to our first responders, as well as the opportunity it provides students in a very casual, relaxed atmosphere to talk to people on a career path they may be interested in.
Absolutely.
It's a great idea. I would imagine you're already thinking about doing it next year as well.
We want to collect the data of how well this
Yes.
works, but probably we will make this an annual event. We also want to look at other ideas. We'll talk to our administrators at each of the schools and get feedback and see how we can refine this. This was, we received the proclamation on Thursday, and okay, let's think about what we could do starting Monday morning. And so it was quick thinking on our director of food service and working with our cafeteria managers to ensure that we'll be prepared. So we'll review it, but we want to just enhance it and make it better.
Sometimes some of the best events come out of quick thinking. And this sounded great, and it sounds like it's going great. So I hope it really turns out in the end to be a great result for you.
We believe it will be.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you still have 3 days this week for a free lunch. That is 3 days this week for a free lunch in Manatee County Schools. Dr. Diana Greene, superintendent of the school district of Manatee County, this program that launched this Monday, it wraps up this Friday. So we still got 3 full days. All you need to be is a first responder in uniform, show up in any school, go to the main office, and they'll take care of the rest. They'll show them where the cafeteria is and everything, right, Dr. Greene?
That is correct.
All right. Do we miss anything? We got to cover anything else in this particular program or anything?
No, I think we covered it very well. I just want to say thank you to not only our Director of Food Service, but all our cafeteria managers and our principals and the school staff, because they've welcomed them with open arms, and the children are the ones who are going to benefit from this. That inspiration from our community, it will only help us be better educators and have students who are ready to be productive citizens for our community.
Awesome. Well, free lunch for our first responders. You still have today, tomorrow, and Friday to take advantage of it. Dr. Greene, thank you so much for coming in this morning to talk about it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Greene.
Thank you very much.